Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to the CSC Racing League. My name is Soji Sakata. I am the S of CSC, and tonight we are proud to present the first ever CSC Touring Championship race. That is right. Hello, Nightshade. I see you in the chat. Welcome in. Glad you could make it. By the way, when we're done here on the CSC channel, in the engine bay, my personal Discord, we are watching the 24 Hours of Daytona all night long. So if you are interested in stopping by, if you're in the engine bay already and you want to watch with us, come on by. Let's have some fun. However, tonight we have the CSC Touring Championship. Last year it was known as the CSC Cup Series. And we decided that, you know what, we're more than a Cup Series. So we don't just run Cup cars. We do run some of them, but that's not all we do. That's not our, entire thing. So, why not embrace that uniqueness and run with it? So, the Touring Championship was born. We also rebranded last night with the Late Model Tour instead of the Short Track League. And we feel like it's gone really, really well so far. I was technically here yesterday, but I fell asleep just before it started. That's okay. We appreciate the effort, and we're happy to have you here tonight. So, last night's winner was Derek Hilker in the 5 car, the reigning champion of this particular league, the Touring Championship. And I made you in chat after the race. Awesome. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come by. I know you're in my Discord now. So, if you wish to stop by, the invite is open. But yes, if you are new to the CSC Racing League, which Nightshade you are, let me explain how things work. Friday night's league, the Late Model Tour, are longer races, but caution laps don't count. Therefore, staying on the lead lap is crucial and imperative. This runs more like a normal NASCAR race for our oval events. And let me pull that up here so I can give you guys an example. Tonight, Daytona in the Gen 4 cars. Now, that means Gen 4 NASCAR. And as a matter of fact, our first 3 weeks will be in regular NASCAR vehicles. The Gen 4 Cup, the Xfinity, or now O'Reilly's vehicles, and then the ARCA car. However, when we get to the GT4s, that's a road car. That is actually one of the classes being raced at Daytona this weekend. They already ran them. And they are I will say, slightly less commonly used vehicle, but it's a baby GT3, basically. They're very fun, they're very quick, but not as quick as, say, the GT3 or etc. So those races will be a 1-hour timed event, whereas here in the NASCAR-style races that we're running, our traditional ones, it runs like a normal NASCAR race. I don't believe we have anything special. The dirt races will run like dirt races.
Anybody?
Everything's pretty typical. So, nothing too crazy to learn. Nothing too crazy to work with. It's a pretty normal event. But, if you know racing, you know Daytona. Let's head out on track in the CSC test drive car. Proudly presented to us by the Sakata Racing Division. Always got to love the homies back at my team.
All right, everybody, Soji will be out on track in a couple moments. You know what to do.
Yeah, they know what to do if they can catch me fast enough.
Laguna Seca has entered the track.
Yap, all you want. I still beat your lap times last night. You guys can yap all you want. I beat your lap times last night in the late model stock, and I finished qualifying with the fastest lap, so you can all suck it.
Yeah, sorry I wasn't there.
Whew. But yes, welcome to Daytona, the high banks. This is the modern Daytona, just as they are racing on today in the Daytona 24. And as we raced in the Daytona 24 last week, if you were here for that with Team Raceline, this is the same track. Modern iteration of Daytona. Everything's pretty normal and pretty typical. Only real difference, instead of making that left-hander like we would make beforehand to go to the infield section, we stay out on the oval and we keep on ripping. It's just one big old honking circle. But this is the view our drivers have for most of the race. Old school gauges, old school roll bars. And luckily for them, being these are the older Gen 4 cars with a little bit more analog stuff to them, these drivers do not have to contend with the old bumps of the 2008 Daytona Scan, which is always a big, big challenge. Whoa, some sim stutter there. Just keep it going. Got it? Oh yeah, that's the plan. That puts me in 7th out of 8 on track. No, 9. Heck, we'll have an 8-car field tonight. Nice. That's pretty solid for us here at the CSC. Only a minute 22 left. This will be our only chance to set a faster lap. These cars, they're of course not very fast on their own. You need a drafting partner, or at least 2. See my lap time suffer from a lack of a partner. I have Derek behind me, but one car only does you so much. These cars also, if spun around in reverse correctly, will loop it. They can't, or will flip. At least it's possible. Let's see if we can do that coming down the backstretch. Mr. Zach Davidson in the Skull Bandit tribute car ahead of me. See if I can catch his draft. Chris Hood sets the fastest lap in qualifying so far. Whoa, hello. As you can see, as I get closer to Davidson.
Get ready to go low, Soji. Get low, Soji.
That was a fun ride to go on. But just like that, that is how it's done here at Daytona. That was your onboard ride in the vehicle. Now, let's go out to the qualifying and go over our starting lineup.
Go fast, turn left, don't die, do it for Dale, and be like this.
All right, let's get on board here with some of our drivers. See if I can get a better view here. I think that's probably our best angle right now. That is the Jimmy Johnson tribute car coming out to qualify. Number 48 on track, but I believe he's number 45 in sim. Correct. That is last night's dominant car and dominant driver. Well, not dominant car. He was in a different car. But that is last night's dominant driver of the race. Unfortunately, I was unable to pick up the win last night in the late model tour. That is the driver of the number 45, technically, but 48 in sim. We'll call him by the 48 for viewer clarification. That is Xavier Sanchez in that Lowe's Chevy. Also coming out of the pits, last night's winner in the Dale Jr. tribute car. It's a Dubby-sponsored Chevrolet. However, it is a vehicle tribute to Dale Earnhardt Jr. for sure, based on that paint scheme. The 2001, I believe, Pepsi 400 win, to be specific. I have to see if he can make magic happen 2 nights in a row. There's a familiar paint scheme. Believe it or not, that is a different car than the one he ran last night. That is Mr. Gary Greenlee in the CSC Racing League machine. Ford Taurus, the first Ford we've seen on the field tonight. That number 8 machine seems a little sacrilegious to put an 8 on a Ford, as that was Junior's number, who always drove Chevy, but you know what? It's a junior car. We'll give him a pass. There's the number 10 Martin Truex Jr. DEI tribute car. That is the number 10 of Brian P. Moore. Is that styled like the DEI cars? The 8 and the 10 are both styled that way. That is correct. And so is the 5 tonight. A lot of DEI tributes from this era, which was really cool. And that's a Hendrick tribute car. That's the 15 of Cameron Romano and the Kellogg's Cornflakes machine. That is a Terry Labonte paint scheme. We got all kinds of retro cars out here tonight. This is great. Cameron definitely not up to speed at only 97 miles an hour. Oh, he's already completed his run. All right, there's Hilker. There's Moore, Romano. Hilker, Moore, Romano. That's all of them. Did I miss somebody else? Oh, no. Chris Hood, Zach Davidson, and G.J. Sikkema not going to set qualifying times with only 2 minutes left. Looks like they are going to start from the rear of the field. And that will give us an 8-car field to start this race this evening. Should be a fun race tonight. Let's go over the cars that we'll be driving. These are the Gen 4 Cup cars. I can't pull them up on screen right now because of fun technical reasons. But let me grab the technical specs off of this whole vehicle just so we have them. If I can locate it. Nope, that's the old Legacy one. Where did they put this crazy thing? I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, Gen 4. This is the specs for the Monte Carlo, but they are virtually identical to the such good-looking cars. I know, we have a lot of good paint schemes, and we haven't seen 3 of them yet, so we'll see what the other 3 are going to be here shortly. But these are the 1995 to 2003, 92 to 07 vehicles. These cars were run in various iterations. 900 horsepower V8s. 358 cubic inches, 4-speed H-gate manual shifter, 22-gallon fuel cell, 3,400 pounds, and Goodyear Eagle 15-inch tires.
At the end of qualifying, we're here for our CSC Touring Championship Daytona 250. Just some things to touch on. The race will be 100 laps. Currently, we don't have any scheduled caution or stage breaks. The cars are limited to 75% fuel, like always. You have 1 fast repair and 3 sets of tires in the pits. Restart zone is enabled. The choose rule is in effect. Most of us already know it, but we're going to go over it anyway. When coming to 1 to green, after we exit the restart zone, drivers may make 1 move to if they want to start on the inside or outside line. For the inside line, you must be at the bottom
Cameron,
of the
yes,
track.
let's go racing. I agree.
And you may use the apron.
Help these boys do a little bit of drafting out here for some good
be
practice.
up near the wall, and then the move must be completed before crossing the start-finish line. If you think you violated the rule, you may choose to self-impose an EOL on yourself. Doing so will make sure that no further penalties come to you if we check the chooses post-race. If you do violate the choose rule and do not self-EOL, the next race you attend, you will have an EOL, and if that race is a super speedway, you'll also have a drive-through penalty. One thing that we are re-enabling is our incident points. At 17 incident points, you will get a black flag for a drive-through. It must be completed within 3 green flag laps. At 26 points, drivers will be disqualified and no longer be scored after that. Basically, we're just trying to mitigate the chance of us being complete idiots out there. We do have our incident point penalty system for the season. This is where we can check and see if blame needs to be assigned for a wreck or an incident that causes a wreck. After the race, admins and moderators will look at the incident that caused wreck and will see if fault was given. If no fault can be given, it will be noted as a racing incident and no points will be awarded. If a driver is deemed to be at fault, that driver will earn a point. If the wreck looks retaliatory in nature, we will give 2 points. If If a race is determined to be intentional, said driver will receive 4 points and be suspended the race. We'll be tracking these on a spreadsheet. There's also the spot in the rule book that breaks down the penalties
Cameron
given.
trying to throw blocks on me.
I know for this one, after 8, it's a one-time 50-point penalty. The next penalty will be a 1-race suspension, then a 3-race suspension, and if need be, a expulsion from the league. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this. Let's go out and have some fun tonight.
Cameron Romano being a problem out here for me tonight. Trying to be a difficult driver. See, the difference is he doesn't know how to pit somebody, but I do. Or he can just do that because he's listening to the stream. Let's see how far we can go, I suppose. This is stupid. This is what happens when Cameron turns me. I just make a decision and roll with it. Uh-oh, Derek's gonna come up to get me. Oil temp well into the 270s there. Oh! Really can't spin these. Fucking grenade it. We could probably do something like that. Let's see if we can. 22 seconds. We'll see if we can blow the motor. Yes, we can. Ron's going to tighten up the tie rod, buddy. I think we got bigger problems. This is the sound of silence. Was I the only one to complete a lap there? Oh, I was the one. Oh, my God! Our 5-minute warm-up session is mostly just to get all of our idiocracy out of our systems. Alrighty, but let's take a look. Xavier Sanchez, second night in a row. He takes pole. What a pull.
Drivers, we are here at Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing, where we kick off the CSC Touring Championship. It's time! Drivers, start your engine!
That was the command to fire engines from Cameron Romano. And let's go through the starting lineup for tonight's race here at Daytona. There's our leaderboard pulled up. Let's see if we can get some better info on here for us. Standings. Content. What else can we throw over here? Oh, no, it's going to have the relative come up on there. So that'll actually be perfect. We'll have the gaps. So it is an all
hail Laguna Seca.
Oh, God. All right, let's go over your starting lineup for the Daytona 250 in the CSC Touring Championship. all Chevys and one Ford in the field.
I don't think Soji will ever live that down,
I
though.
think.
Laguna Secata. That is just diabolical there,
Are we
DJ.
missing a driver? We'll find out. Number 1, your pole sitter for the second night in a row, the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet, Xavier Sanchez in that Jimmy Johnson tribute. To his outside, that is Cameron. Oh no, we've got a spinner already. Oh boy, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Outside pole, the 15 Terry Labonte tribute car, the number 15 Kellogg's Cornflakes machine.
Who money shifted?
That is Cameron Romano. Inside row 2, the 10-car Tracker Bass Boats Martin Truex Jr. tribute. That is Brian Moore. Outside row 3, I think, was supposed to be Chris Hood in the 13, maybe? Not 100% sure. Either way, that's the 5-car outside. In the other DEI tribute, that is Derek Hilker. Outside row 2. Inside row 3.
Hold them belts tight one more time.
Indeed.
Let's give Soji a show worth watching.
Inside row 3, Gary Greenlee in the 8-car, the CSC racing machine.
Helmet.
Outside row 3, the 19-car, the Harry Gant Skull Bandit tribute.
I'm already beating the helmet
That's
back
Zach
here.
Davidson. The car you saw spin earlier, the Tony Stewart Home Depot Chevy, that's Chris Hood. And following him up in the rear, starting from last place tonight, the number 96 GM Goodwrench machine of DJ Sycamore. Cars are into the restart zone. Green flag is out. We're away in racing here at Daytona. 8 cars, 1 winner. Who's going to take it in 100 laps time? We're going to follow a car in the mid-pack here so we can hopefully keep as many of them in frame here as possible. 48 car maintaining his lead out of turn 2. Don't count that top line out, though, as they've seemed to try to group up here and maybe take the battle to that low lane. He has the more... I can speak tonight. That bottom line has more momentum. It's a 5-car to 3-car advantage. Low side ahead. Romano leading, but the 2 cars behind him not being cooperative and helping him out as much as he'd like. Whoa, little touch from the 5-car. Hold it together, Derek. Woohoo! Back up to the lead, 4-car breakaway here as those 4 cars finally seem to link up and find a bit of a groove with each other. Sanchez, Moore, Greenlee, and Romano. Back 4 consist of Hood, Sycamore, Davidson, and where's he at? There he is, Hilker, who has to fall all the way to the back. Started in 4th, I believe, all the way to the back side of the pack. That's the angle I want. We can see a little bit more of what's going on here. Diverse field of paint schemes tonight. Very easy to tell every car apart. Love to see that. Only 2 we really have are similar are Sycamore and Hilker, but they are far enough apart from each other that it is not hard to get them confused. They charge off into 2. Looks like Romano's going to try the high side. Does he get anybody to go with him? If he doesn't pick up another draft partner, he's going to fall all the way to the back of this line and lose all the momentum he gained. I don't really care for... Oh, this is spotter cam, that's why. I thought that was a TV camera, but I noticed it wasn't switching. Oh, Xavier Sanchez pulls out of the lead. He's going to relinquish the lead to Brian Moore. $5 says Sanchez was tired of leading and burning up all the fuel. Yes is right. That's going to put Xavier Sanchez all the way to the back of the field. He better be careful he doesn't fall to the same fate as Derek Hilker, who has lost the draft pack. Look at Hilker all the way back here on his lonesome. That is a fate worse than crashing sometimes. Luckily, his car will still be in one piece, but it won't take very long. He will go 1 lap down. As displayed, well, yeah, 50.334, 48.43 That's 2 seconds a lap. So it takes about, probably somewhere around 70-ish laps to go a lap down. 70, no, 20. I'm doing that math back. It'll be about 20 laps. He will be a lap down. Hilton hoping for an early caution. Brian Moore, your new leader. Gary Greenlee second. Chris Hood third. Romano Davidson, Sycamore, and Sanchez. Sanchez also falling victim to the draft loss. That could be big problems for last night's second place and first place finishers. That is not where you want to be. None of the top 6 able to really form an orderly draft order. They're weaving and wobbling all over the place. It's an absolute mess out there. Whoa, Romano and Hood getting a little fresh with each other. Uh-oh, here we go. That outside line decided it's go time again. Let's see what they got for us going into 2. Top line definitely has their stuff together more as they are a closer, tight-knit group. Whoa! Greenlee gets out of the groove. Able to hold it together, but that disrupts the flow for the 13 car. However, the 13 drops back down low. 8 does as well. And they're back to single file again. All of that shuffling and not too much changed. I mean, we've got a new leader, of course, but pretty much right back to the same 6. And with only 6 laps of 100 in the books, I mean, right now that does not mean a whole lot. There's a lot of this race to go, and I have no idea how long the fuel cells hold up. Sanchez out of the groove completely. Hilker also completely off pace. Hate to see that for him. Hopefully they will get a caution and get them back in the race, but that would be at the cost of one of their compatriots, and I don't think they... Oh, no! Hang on to it, Davidson. Romano ran him up high on the racetrack and right up into the wall. New leader again, DJ Sycamore. I believe that leaves only Hood, Greenlee, Davidson, and Hilker, who have not led. That is half of the field as a lead car right now. I don't know what he said there, but Romano definitely in that 15 car being vocal on the radio. All our cars back into an orderly line once again. Single file, 1 by 6. Who's going to be the first to try something? Oh, here comes the outside line. Chris Hood with a push from Gary Greenlee. Oh, no! Caution is out. Oh, my God! Chris Hood is on his roof. Holy mackerel. Get me back to the... Oh, Chris Hood came back onto his wheels. But that motor is blown. He will have to tow that vehicle.
I can't believe I got through that.
As we watch the FR 500S pace car, Tokyo drifted out of 1 and 2. Let's go back and investigate what just happened that triggered that wreck. As Chris Hood ends up on his roof, let's go over the far chase cam. I'm going to fast forward it. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted.
Pancake!
There's where I was. I went too far. So let's see what happened here. Hey! Thank you for the follow. Good to see you, Nathan. Welcome in. You catch us on our first yellow of the race here. Chris Hood got outside, tried to get the push. Hey!
39 shared 16. Him upside down / flying through the air.
Yes, you were. That is an unfortunate fate. Looks like Greenlee with the bad push there, unfortunately. He had it gathered up, and then, nope, that wasn't as much of a bad push as I thought. Oh my goodness. That's going to be big damage for the 8 car and the 10 as well. Great job by Moore locking that car down as Chris Hood comes to a slide on his roof. Combination of a bad push at a bad time for the 8.
View that replay from my point of view.
Oh, this one ought to be good. Yeah, let's go and watch this from the cockpit of Cameron Romano as this happened live. This is what it's like being in the car when stuff like this happens right in front of you. Oh! Woo, that's a close one. Boy, that will definitely keep you entertained.
The Cameron Romano legendary oh shit moment has been sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Indeed. That is definitely a scary, scary moment. Oops. Oh, that's why. Alright, let's see what our competitors did here. As, of course, Brian Moore came down pit road a lap early to get his damage repaired. Both of those vehicles actually towed. I did not realize that. So let's fast forward through here.
We're choosing this time by choosing this time.
Comes in. Let's see who gets what here. Looks like gas only for all of our competitors. No cars going up on tires. TV2, let's go back to the... Oh, right, yep, no problem. Alrighty. Your leader at time of caution, DJ Sycamore in the 96 Goodwrench machine. Romano running second in the Cornflakes car. That brings Xavier Sanchez back into play in the 48. He's got that vehicle fixed up. They're not fixed up, caught up to the pack, as well as Hilker in the 5. Davidson in the 19, and Moore in the 10. Looks like he's got his foot fixed up. Oops. Alright, looked like a clean shoes. And who was that I just saw? Greenlee coming out of pits. Unfortunately, Chris Hood 2 laps down. And Brian Moore in the first car 1 lap down. Greenlee's going to have to cane that thing if he wants to get it all the way around. And with that nose damage, that's going to be one ill-handling race car. Let's see if he can catch up to the pack here as we get ready to go back under green. Pace lights are out on the FR500S pace car. And if you wonder why I keep saying FR500S, that is the Mustang model that Mustang is. The Mustang FR500S. I don't know why it's that, but that's what it is. Alright. And get back into the restart here. Also, good time to remind you guys, we are sponsored with W Energy. So, if you're looking for an energy drink and you want to look at picking something up, use code CSCRL for 10% off, I believe, anything on their website. So, from us to you, enjoy a fresh drink on us. Or at least a discount on one. Alright. Did Greenlee manage to catch up? No, but he's going to. Chris Hood coming off pit road. There we go. He's got that 13 machine fixed up. He will have burned his fast repair. Early in this race, that could be a definite problem for him, but we'll have to see. We will have 8 cars on the track. Unfortunately, only 6 of them on the lead lap. However, one more caution would bring one of them into play. Here we go. Green flag is away. We're away and racing again here at Daytona. DJ off to a big jump there at the start. Did not jump the restart, just got the jump on his competitors. Romano drops low into the slot left open for him by the 48. Hangs the 19 and the 10 out to dry. They will have to fend for themselves with no lead car to their pack. 5 on the bottom, only 2 on the top. That is a formula for a fail. There's drop down in before they lose track of the pack. DJ, followed by Cameron, Xavier, Zach, Derek, and Brian. Gary bringing up the rear in that wounded number 8 car. We'll have to see. My guess is he will not be able to keep the draft with as much nose cone damage as that vehicle has. As Romano, whoop, too far, looking high. Could we have a new leader this time by? No. DJ at the line by less than a tenth. Romano still trying to make that high line work with only one helper car up there. That's the 19 Davidson, the Skull Bandit machine. He is not getting a great push from him. The 19 car just not able to get right up to the bumper of that 15 car. Meanwhile, the 48, the 96, and the 5 car, that's about as close as you can get them without touching in these cars. Otherwise, they get real sketchy. Woohoo! That was a fun camera. I like that one. There, that's what I want. Watch him come through the tri-oval here. Still DJ by a couple of car lengths. Cameron, with no drafting help, has completely lost his advantage. They'll both slot back in to their relative positions. Six cars, single file. 2 stragglers on the track. The wounded car of Greenlee and the fully repaired but unable to catch up for the restart in time, 13 of Chris Hood. Those cars will be hoping for a bad push or something to help them get back into the game, just like the 5 and the 48 we're hoping for on that last caution. This is where it gets hairy, it seems. Coming out of 4 is where everybody seems to make their mistake. Nobody can seem to follow the car ahead of them as well as they really need to, as we finally have another action on the track here. Whoa! Romano looked high. He got 2 or 3 cars to go with him for a split second. Oh, no! Moore tried to go with the high line, but it was too late. The high line had already given back up and pulled back in. You hate to see it. Romano's going to try on the high side again, this time with Hilker as his helper. No one unable to unseat DJ here from the lead, though. DJ finding a very comfortable home with that 96 car out front. Romano's looking high. Whoa, DJ! Missed the apex there just a little bit. But, despite that, the run off the corner, advantage DJ once again, 3 by 3. 2 wide, 3 deep, as we got 3 wide on the track now. Oh, boy! Not sure where Zach Davidson thought he was going. He had no help to push him back there, and that drops him back into the good position. DJ ripping that yellow line as hard as he possibly can. Romano poking his nose again. Cameron on that outside line needs to get somebody to go with him if he wants to get that car back to the lead. He's got the leader mentality. He wants to be out there. We got 3 wide. As Zach Davidson scrapes the paint off the right rear of that car. That 19 Skull Bandit's going to need some touch-up paint after this one. Hopefully no damage to that vehicle. A little light brush like that I can't imagine would have hurt that vehicle too badly. But it is Daytona. And as the 24 hours of Daytona is currently happening as we broadcast this, and those cars are doing 200 through the tri-oval, Daytona is definitely an aero-dependent track. You do not want a car that does not cut through the air as efficiently as possible. We got a problem here. Romano and Davidson are at risk of losing the draft. That could be disastrous for them. They need to make sure they pick up on the draft from those lead cars and catch back up to the pack before they end up falling out of it completely. So our last 2 cars in the lead pack going through the tri-oval, they are going to catch the draft. They are safe. Good. Greenlee about a half a track behind at the moment. That's about all that wounded machine has. And there's Chris Hood in his freshly repaired vehicle but with no drafting partner. He may catch Greenlee, but I don't think Greenlee's got enough car to be helpful to him right now. Gary needs to get some more front-end repair done before that 8 car is going to be able to go anywhere in any kind of hurry. Out front, no real big change in the running order. 96, 48 in the 5. 15, 10, and 19. Hilker trying to look on the outside now. Wanted Romano to go with him. He got his wish, hoping that Moore or Davidson will go with him. Unfortunately, no such luck. However, with Hilker leading that top line, Romano pushing, they may have found a strategy that finally works. Look at this, high line finally working as Davidson tries to jump on the bandwagon. Goes up to that high side, but they're going to be at risk of losing the draft. They better get single. There you go. Yeah, say they better get single file fast before they fall out of the air. Losing the draft here at Daytona with no extra cars to help you team up with is a death sentence to your run. You just can't run these cars fast enough on their own. As it shows with Greenlee now 24.9 seconds back to the leaders. And keep in mind the 10 car running there in the middle of the pack is not for position. It is currently your first car 1 lap down. Whoa! That was gutsy. Big old shuffle and slide from the pack. But unbothered, the 96 soldiers on. Sycamore still your leader. Sanchez second. Davidson thought he might have been able to jump on the bandwagon with Romano and Hilker on that outside lane, but during that big shuffle up, Romano ended up down with the low side guys. That's the, oh no! Big wreck! Big wreck! Big wreck! Oh no! Huge crash in the infield. The front end of Brian Moore's vehicle is annihilated. That could be the end of his night if he already blew his fast repair. The 5 car of Hilker with some definite front end damage. Don't think that'll be the end of his day as we watch the pace car Tokyo drift it up some more. Let's go back and watch what happened. Same place of the racetrack again. Same thing happened. Let's go from the far chase cam here. Hilker thought he was clear. Catches Moore's rear bumper just a little bit. Bam! And then drives right under the 10 car. Ooh, as Zach Davidson just slips by. And that sends the 10 car, of course, for a big ride. You hate to see it, but that is the name of the game sometimes. As we get back to the live shots of the track here. Unfortunately, looks like Brian Moore... Oh no, Brian, with the wheel falling off of his machine, has managed... That'll be a speeding penalty. But at this point, I don't think he cares. He'll be in the pits so long it does not matter, I hate to say. We'll see if that is the end of the day for the 10 car or if they can patch that thing up. Greenlee down and away off the pit road. Let's see if any of our drivers decide to take tires. They have unlimited tires at their disposal tonight, by the way. 48 stays wheels down. Down and away. 96 away, 15, 19, they're all away and gone. Rear chase camera from the 10 car. Brian Moore is out of that vehicle. That looks like that may be the end of the day for the 10. You hate to see it. He might be our first DNF after being involved in 2 races. Hilker uses his fast repair. Back on track, and Greenlee looks like, yeah! I can't tell if that's fully repaired or not. I think it is.
We are choosing this time by.
Well, maybe not. It's coming back down pit road one last time. Probably looking to get the rest of his damage fixed without going a lap down. We'll see if he can pop out the rest of that. New leader did not pit this time by Chris Hood to the lead. As Greenlee comes in for his final repair stop, hopefully. It doesn't look like he's got too much more damage to fix on that CSC Touring Ford Taurus. Watch that damage pop out here. See, you can actually watch the damage pop out in real time, which is cool. You can see his fenders cut up there a little bit. And the hood is not perfectly aligned. There it popped out. We'll see, has he got any more? He must. He's not moving. Probably that fender damage will be the last thing that gets fixed. We'll know because he'll move as soon as it's done. There, down and away. The 8 car back into the driver's seat. Oh, that's why. Not a new leader. Chris Hood getting his lap back. I forgot about that. All right, good shoes from everybody there. Look clean. All right, so that'll be Chris Hood and Gary Greenlee both getting their laps back. That puts all of our cars back on the lead lap. Of course, with the exception of Brian Moore, who I do believe, let me check the Discord call, is he still there? Brian Moore. Yeah, he's still in the call. Maybe. We'll have to see if that vehicle gets repaired or not. Well, now that vehicle has been entries. Brian Moore is our first retired vehicle of the night. He will park that. He will finish 8th this evening. Hate to see it for him. That is our first casualty of the evening. Let's get ready for our restart, though. New leader, I take it back. I thought it was Chris Hood. It is not. It is the 48 beating the 15 off of pit road. Xavier Sanchez, your new leader. Romano in the 15 chose high, trying to get the track position. He came all the way from 3rd. There's Greenlee and Hood coming back into the picture now. It'll be a 5-car to 2-car stack, inside to out. Davidson outside row 2. On the inside, it's Sycamore, Hilker, Hood, and Greenlee. Let's send them away again. Oh, no! Already a big wreck, already a big wreck, already a big wreck. Oh, no. What happened? No, no, no. What just happened?
It's raining in the tri-oval.
What on earth just happened?
Ran in trouble. Yep, that's definitely what happened.
We got 5 cars. Oh. Derek went too soon. Nat caught all but 2 of our competitors into the wreck. Oh, does Greenlee get through? This freshly repaired car. Woo! Great save by all those drivers to not end up with more damage. How bad did the 5 car get it? Did he hit anything? I mean, no. He got turned a little bit worse for wear. How's the nose of the 13? Rear chase. Ah! Boy, nobody really seems worse for wear after all that. Good grief. Hilker going to bring that 5-car down pit road, though, probably to check for damage after that. And also, more than likely knowing Derek, to take some fuel. Derek is somebody who very much enjoys a good dose of fuel in the vehicle. He will, if he's running at the back of the pack, you will see him come in and top off nearly every caution if he is at the rear, because why not? You're already at the back. You might as well have a full tank. I see no physical damage on that 5 car. At least not from the broadcast booth. So I would assume that Derek hopefully knows the pace car's coming. Wow, that's close. Hilker able to get off pit road. Quick and efficient. That would be an EOL penalty for him for pitting before pit road is open, from what I understand. However, I don't think he's going to care too much about that. Sick him on pit road. And here comes Hood. And Greenlee as well. Greenlee going a little slower than I think he would be there. Hood down and away. No tires that I saw. What the heck? Gary, what you doing? Okay, I have no idea what the 8 car was doing there. We will find out. Excuse me. All right. So we watch from above here as the cars continue to make laps under caution. You hate to see it with 26 with the 3rd caution of the night, but not much you can do there. Whoa, easy, Zach. Better be careful. He's going to take the toe out of that car. Or worse, the front bumper. Well, if he's doing that on purpose. Using all of that track surface.
Yep, choosing this time, choosing this time.
Let's go to the rear chase cam. Remember, drivers get 1 choice of motion from the restart zone. Mono and Sanchez going to go low here. Hood going to go high. Whoa, that's going to be a choose rule violation on the 96, I believe. We'll see if anybody says anything. I don't think it's going to matter because they are all the way at the back of the field anyways. Honestly, with only 6 cars in the field right now, they're already at the back anyways. It's a moot point. I'm going to go back and watch that so I know if I need to say anything to him. Yeah. Hey DJ, just so you know, that would have been a choose rule violation right there, because you were all the way up high in the high lane and then you came down low last minute. But you're already kind of at the back of the pack anyway, so it really doesn't matter right now, just so you know. That goes for Chris too, by the way.
Soji, you're in all teams.
How about now?
Now we got you.
So you didn't hear anything I said before then, did you?
Negative.
No, we did not, Soji.
It doesn't really matter since Derek has an EOL and they're the last 2 cars on track anyways. But that would have been a choose rule violation on the 13 and the 96 there. They both made super abrupt last-minute moves right before the start-finish.
Was it their only move, or was it abrupt?
Both seemed to choose a lane and then went high or low abruptly right before start-finish. But they're already at the kind of back anyways. It really doesn't matter. There's only 7 cars in the field. Just so we know for next time.
Well, let's look at it just to make sure. I thought they had only made 1 move, like they stayed in the middle if I was behind them, but I'm not 100%.
I'll go back and look at the end. I'm not going to worry about calling anybody on it. It's not worth the trouble right now. All right, let's get back to racing. Sanchez, your leader. Davidson outside, 15 and 13, second row, 96 and 5, third row. Greenlee laying back out of it at the moment, but he's finally catching that draft. Good to see him not lose that after getting all that damage repaired. Make the most of that for good, now good front ball. Whoa! Woo! Wow! What a save! If that isn't our call for the Code Brown moment of the race presented by Dude Wipes, I don't know what is, because that, somebody has doo-doo in their fire suit, and I am 100% sure of it. Get those guys Dude Wipes. They need them. Wow, that was scary. I don't even want to be in the car for that. That's a sphincter shrinker right there. That is not what you want to see out your front or rear windows. There's just that all around. Whoa! Say bobble more. Good Lord. All of our drivers pushing the limits. They're weaving and bobbing. You think it's one to go? This is insane. 30 now in the books. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Holy smokes. Oops. Boy, if that doesn't wake you up, nothing will. Hoo-wee. I need a wee rest after that one. Where are we at? There we are. Now my controls work. 48! The 15 get it that time by. Romano, your new leader. He finally got by the 48 on that one. He got just a push to get a bumper ahead of it. 4 cars on the top, 3 cars on the bottom, and those top 4 cars finally have their stuff together. Nose to tail in a somewhat orderly line. That is finally going to get them to hook up for the draft. That should get them past that bottom set of 3 cars. Romano out to a couple of car lead now on that low line, but his line breaks up on him. Zach Davidson dropping down to the front of the bottom line. That might just get him his first lead lap of the evening if he plays his cards right. By the looks of it, it more than likely will be Davidson, your new leader this time by. Holy smokes. Whoa, Greenlee, where are you going, bud? All right, Gary gets it collected up, gets back on the racing surface. Don't know what was happening there, but Stewart car looks loose. All of these cars are loose. The Gen 4 car drives very, very aero loose. So it is very easy to have the back end of the car get away from you, especially when you're in the draft or getting pushed. Whoa, DJ tried to come up in front of 15 and Romano. He thought better of it, drops back down into that low line. And the whole pack, besides the 15s, going to the back. Whoa, Greenlee, keep her together. That whole pack of bottom 5 or 6 cars decides to line them all up and oh no, 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 no! Caution, caution, caution. Who was that? Oh no, it's DJ! Holy mackerel, that car is destroyed. Well, she's still running, but we're going to need the AMR safety team out with the oil dry.
Go fucking around. Just go around me. There's a reason. I'm getting ready to leave the damn race.
What the hell? Greenlee apparently frustrated. Not sure what's going on there. See if Sycamore can get that wounded 96 to pit safely. Holy smokes, that thing is destroyed. Yellow is out again. You are correct, Nightshade. Wowee, what happened? Looks like he'll get that one back to the pit road just fine. It's still running. Was it a bad push or what? Coming through the tri-oval. Greenlee in the 8 just got him a little bit loose. These back of these cars pick up so easy. I don't even see that LF rolling. It is not. The entire upright has been broken. So it's an unfortunate part that happens, a part that breaks in these cars, but when it does, the wheel just simply does not operate. However, he's going to use his fast repair, and that'll get the 96 back in the race. He won't even lose a lap. Service complete on the 96 car. That is his fast repair burned, but he lives to fight another day. Good to see the left front wheel back on that 96 machine. Who's in the pits? Greenlee. Not sure. Did he have damage from that? Rear chase? No. Oh. Greenlee has towed his vehicle from the start of pit road. Oh no! Chris Hood just bent it coming onto pit road. What happened? What is happening in this race? Greenlee's AFK, by the way, his wheel's shaking. Chris Hood just bent it coming onto pit road and appears to have left the race, I think? Chris Hood has left the race. He's done. What on earth? Sanchez in for... Oh, Sanchez blows his pit box. In for service. Anybody else? 5 car. Down and away. Davidson down and away. Romano and Sakima. Oh, Romano! Finally, our first taker on a set of tires. I went disappointed dad on them. Imagine without the fast repair, that would be a half-hour repair maybe. More than likely, that repair would be a day, too much damage, we're done. Warning from the simulator, which you hate to see. Gary, is everything okay, or like, what's going on here? Because we're losing stuff here. I don't know what's happening. Sounds like the average Gen 4 pit stop. Yeah. Not sure exactly what's happening with our drivers, but they're dropping like flies. You hate to see it. Chris Hood has left the call. Live stream. Oh no, that's just me. Okay, we're good. Chris Hood has disconnected. That will put an end to the day for the 13 car of Chris Hood. He will finish 7th. Greenlee back on track. Oops, let's get back to the TV1 camera I want. As the lights in Sim finally beginning to set here at Daytona. We have a 4x multiplier on. It is now nearing the 5 o'clock hour in Sim. Excuse me. I apologize. I have not felt well with my stomach all day long, and oh, look at this. Really? Zach Davidson goes high, and every other driver picks low. Well, this is going to be a sink or swim moment for that 19 car. I don't know what to expect now. And I want to know what happened to Chris Hood. I don't know. His car was okay. Almost like a mechanical. Car just turned vicious right. I don't know what happened. Strangest thing. Uh-oh. Is this just Oh, okay. No, we're good. Oh, that's an interesting strategy. Let's see how it pays off. Yeah, for sure. And it won't be too much longer here. We are going to be under the lights here at Daytona. In sim time is February 15th. So about a month from now is when this fictional sim time is that we are in. And that means sunset is right on there about 6:30. So we're in the twilight hours right now. It's already about 5:05 in sim. We are on a 4x time acceleration. So time passes 4 times as fast in the simulator. And so does the track. Which always keeps things interesting. Zach Davidson will be your control. Oh, that's why. I forgot. Davidson may be on the outside, but he's the control car. So he's going to be able to get a jump on that 48 more than likely. Pace car's off. Davidson gets the jump. This should, if he plays his cards right and runs the banking, he should be able to get down. He does. He gets to the lead. I forgot because we did the choose. He's the control car. All right, let's go racing. Come on now. Whoa, hey. I don't know where my camera's going, but definitely not there. All right, 19 of Davidson, your new leader. He's able to retain it after that incident. 48 of Sanchez following close behind. 5 of Hilker, 96 of Sycamore. 15 of Romano. Uh-oh. And Greenlee bringing the 8 car down to pit road. Not sure what's happening. Looks like the 8 car is going to be parked, or is AFK. Not sure what's going on there. Whoops, that's a pace car. It keeps going back to the pace car. All right, down to 5 cars, but still got a race going on. 19 of Davidson out to the lead. 48 of Sanchez. 5 of Hilker. 96 of Sycamore. And the 15 of Romano are your cars that remain. All other competitors, Greenlee has left the session. He will be charted with, I believe, a 6th after this race is done. Chris Hood will finish 7th. Brian Moore finishes 8th. Those entries are done for the evening. We're down to 5. All of our competitors orderly and single file line. Have to see if we can see if anybody feels like jumping high, jumping low, or getting aggressive. Whoa. Little wobble there, nothing too bad though. Oh. I'm watching DJ bobble with Cameron right behind him. I can't tell if they're pushing super hard or not, but it's tight, tight, tight. All of our drivers with 40 laps in the books and 60 more to go seem to be content with riding around for a little bit. Maybe not. As I say that, DJ... Nope. DJ, settle down. Okay. I thought DJ was going to jump out to the high side and try to make a run at it. Looks like he thought better of it. Oh, maybe not. DJ trying to get the run on the outside. Romano does not go with him. That will relegate 96 to the back of the pack. 5 cars. Single file still. Now Romano wants to look outside. If I were DJ, I'd hang him out to dry and take my spot back. A little bit of shuffling around here at the back as the 5 of Hilker gets a little out of line and lets the 15 get by. 96 trying to catch the 15's draft and get by the 5 as well, but unfortunately, whoa, hey, the sunshine's back. I thought we were at night. It was just a super thick cloud. We're back under the sunshine. Twilight. Davidson still out to your lead. Sanchez and, whoops, going the wrong way. Sanchez and Romano pushing him. 3-car little breakaway, but the 5 and the 96 catch the draft, and right back we go. Hilker trying to take third away. Whoa! Wow! Great save by Hilker. That was a huge overshoot, and that was very impressive to hang on to. Great job by Hilker, keeping that car in one piece. That could have been a day ender right there. Holy smokes. Woo! Man alive. Unfortunately, Hilker saved it, but he did lose the draft. Is that car front damage on it? No, it's clean. No damage, but unfortunately, Hilker's number 5 machine with a wounded piece of, with a, not wounded, but with a lack of draft. And looks like Romano's losing it as well. Can he catch it? Uh-oh. Oh, he caught it all right. Whoa! 15 car coming with a head of steam. He's probably going to have to lift. He did. Yeah, he lifted. There's no way he'd have driven through the 48 with that head of steam he had going. Holy smokes. All right, a little bit of a shuffle up. Sycamore was able to get the high side on the 19. On the 48, catch the draft of the 19. DJ, who led a bunch of laps earlier, he wants to get back to the front. Meanwhile, Xavier, I'm not sure voluntarily or just deciding to, decides to drop back and run around to the back for a little bit, maybe trying to save some fuel. Not a whole lot to talk about, I'm afraid. We've got kind of a quiet time. Kind of a quiet moment here. So you know what? It's a perfect time to do this. I'm going to mute myself for a few minutes. Enjoy the sounds and racing of Daytona. This is your Crank It Up session. was your Crank It Up session. We rejoin the rear bumper cam of your leader, 15 of them. Let's get back to a proper TV camera so we can see what the heck's going on. Looks like Zach Davidson has lost the draft. Hilker and Davidson out of the draft. It's a 3-car train out front. We're only halfway. Unfortunately, it looks like that is going to slow the pace of this race just a pinch. We'll be waiting on somebody. Whoa! Romano trying to have a wreck there, squeezing in the tight gap. 48 and 96. Those 3 cars under a blanket. I had a little more hope for this race when we had 8 entries, but the early departure of a couple of our competitors is unfortunate. But we soldier on nonetheless. Sometimes you have races that don't go your way, so such is the way of the racing world. Bear with me, I'm checking. What? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh no! DJ hard on the outside wall. Hopefully that doesn't damage that number 96 machine. Ooh, that could have been bad. Hilker yellow? Not sure why Hilker messaged yellow, but and that car's still running with no damage, so for the moment, we soldier on. 3 cars still at the front. Romano still 48 of Sanchez and the 96 of Sycamore. All running nose to tail. We'll have to see. Oh, looks like these two are finally going to get caught up with each other here. Not sure if Davidson's laying out of the throttle a little bit or not, but looks like Hilker and Davidson are going to catch each other here. That could be a really good thing for them, as the other two are just coming off. They are about exactly halfway around the track from each other. That could be exactly what those 2 cars need to get back up to a little bit of a higher speed and match this lead pack so they don't fall a complete lap down. There's 3 cars still nose to tail, no change in the running order. So we work through the backstretch again. This time by 54 of 100 done. A little bit unfortunate. We had some really good racing earlier. I wish some of the cars hadn't got taken out so early. Unfortunately, with the aggressive moves they were making and stuff, that it's fun racing, but it does tend to backfire sometimes. That Cornflakes Kellogg's machine continues to take the point. I know a fun fact about cornflakes, but I'm not going to say that fun fact. If you ever want to know, Google why cornflakes were invented, and I guarantee you, if you think you know why, you probably don't. I thought it was a joke at first. Turns out, that guy was just that kind of crazy. Those other two cars have managed to link up with each other. Not quite up to race speed, but we will have to see. Now they're starting to get there. 178, 179. Now they're getting up to speed. They're starting to match this lead pack. The problem with these vehicles is you really need about 5 or 6 of them together to really hit those 190, 200 mile an hour draft speeds. 3 or 4 cars. 4 you can start to get there, but 2 or 3 cars just isn't enough to push these cars to their limits with how big their restrictor plates are. I wish we could adjust those restrictor plates for the sake of our own purposes, or just fully unlimit them. Because, let's be real, it's a simulator and it would be fun. But unfortunately, that is not a practical application. Good news is, Hilker and Davidson have stopped the bleeding. They're 30.5 and 7 seconds back from the lead. But that time is not dropping any. They are not bleeding time, they're just not gaining any of it, which honestly is okay with where they're at. They're still on the lead lap. They've got a car to work with each other now. And they're not completely hung out to dry, which is exactly what you need in a bad situation like that. DJ tails back out of this lead pack here. Don't lose that draft, DJ. Not that they'll be able to go too far without you. 2 cars hardly go better than 1 around here. Still no change at the front. 15:48.96. Guess is all of our drivers have realized it's time to settle in and get this race rolling after those early cautions. We're looking to keep these cars clean, green, and full of fuel. Which does beg the question, how long will these cars run on a fuel load? We have not tried that yet tonight, and I don't know exactly how long they can go without a stop. I wonder, let's actually do this real quick. Just to see. "32 laps is what's possible. It is a 32 lap possibility for fuel. Whoa, what the? What was that? I don't know what that pop noise was. That was weird. So our drivers go down the backstretch, 60 down. How long has this run been? Race. Since our last caution. Race restarted on lap 37. So with about 35 laps in the tank, these cars can go approximately till 67, 73 or 4. So we're still probably about 10 to 13 laps away from green flag stops, which will give us a little something to talk about. Oh, my car is now sitting on pit road. Okay. Awesome. Now I got to navigate my camera around that. I shouldn't have gotten the car. Oh, that was a mistake. What do you do? I'm getting Discord notifications out the wazoo right now. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Sorry, bear with me. I'm getting... Just checking some things on... I was getting a bunch of Discord pings. I was making sure it was nothing urgent. Especially when you're in the middle of running a league, you gotta make sure everything is up to snuff. As the other two vehicles, unfortunately on track, are finally starting to show their weaknesses. Linking up together has helped, but we will let the green flag cycle of pit stops take their paces here and see what happens. Your lead 3, lap 1, or excuse me, lap 63. As these cars continue to make laps. They can only run probably about 10 more laps on fuel, and Romano is going to be getting the worst fuel mileage of them all as he leads the majority of these laps that they've run. The car's under a blanket. We're going to have to see who decides to blink first. Decides it's time to get fresh fuel. The question is also, how much are they chewing their tires up? Romano's tires will have the easiest load on the lead, but he's also going to have the most fuel to fill. The other two cars in the back chasing are going to have worse tires from bobbling around behind the other car trying to match up and keep in the draft, so they're burning their front tires up more. However, that draft is allowing them to be more fuel efficient. Whoops. All right. Whew. For pit stop cycle, I'm going to give you guys one more crank it up while I take a quick break. I almost didn't make it back in time. Pit stops have started under the green. thought I unmuted. Crap. I almost didn't make it back for the start of pit stops, but I was muted the whole time I was calling him. No! Romano and Sycamore. Is Sanchez going to be able to mate up with these guys coming off of 2? He better get a head of steam round up in that car if he wants to get out with them. It's going to be close. Can he catch the draft? I think he's going to lose it. You hate to see it, but I think he's going to lose it. Hilker and Davidson in for their pit stops. Down and away they are. I could not see what they got. You good? We all have tech issues at some point? I can't even claim a tech issue. I just thought I clicked unmute and it didn't click the button like I thought it did. Whoops. Davidson down and away along with Hilker. Sanchez has lost the draft. This is a 2-horse race. Your 2 leaders. I mean, you were unmuted for a few seconds? Oh! You know what happened? I clicked the button, and when I went to click... Okay, I know what happened now. Apologies. Either way, I'm audible now. There are your 2 tail-end cars. Your 2 leaders. And the one lost in between. Sanchez, all alone on an island, not where you want to be. You're good. Thank you for understanding. I am an amateur broadcaster. I'm doing my best and learning the ropes, but I am still a rookie when it comes to broadcasting and calling these races. I've only done about 15 or 20 of them. Most people who do this have hundreds. I'll get there eventually. Romano and Sycamore out of 2. Down the backstretch, 1 by 1 they go. As we hear the engines of the 5 and 19 go by. That should have been the last pit stop, by the way. 15 to 20 more than I've called. Well, thank you. Like I said, it's, I have fun with it for sure. It's definitely an interesting thing to have to learn. Oh my God. I hit golf balls this morning at the Golf Expo and my hand is all cranked up. Not feeling good. It's interesting to see 2 cars and 2 cars. This is like back in the days of the old 2-car freight train. Back in the COT days. The front 2-car freight train is not those 2. It's the ones right behind them. Those are your 2 leaders, Romano and Sycamore. As the lights are Daytona are out. I didn't even notice the change. We just transitioned to it so suddenly. Excuse me. Cutting off a little bit of our standings there. There's our full leaderboard. See the cars that have already finished. All of our current driving vehicles are on the lead lap. However, they are in various states of doing so. Sanchez with about an 8-second gap to your leaders. And Hilker and Davidson with about a 44-second gap to your leaders. Keep in mind, the lap times here are about 50 seconds in a 2-car train. So, only 6 seconds up the road are these 2, and they really should not be playing hanky-panky. They should get to getting nose to bumper, trying to make up some time. Keep this stuff up. It seems like fun. It is fun. I'm really glad. I used to race in this league. I raced the very first Daytona race we had. This race 1 year ago. And our other guy, Chris Hood, actually decided to call the race. He did it from in-car. And got to speak with Robbie DeVore of Mansfield Speedway shortly after that race had happened, and told him what we were doing and stuff. That's how he got his start, was on iRacing, and now he is a color commentator for a real-life racetrack. And he told me, he's like, you should do something with that. You have a voice for it. So I was very flattered and decided Well, heck, if I'm going to be a part of a racing league that I help to manage, why the heck not? Let me become the announcer full-time for it and see how I do. So far, I have loved it. It's been fun. I genuinely enjoyed it, and it's been a good time overall. We're going to try something new here because it's up anyway, so I might as well. How do we feel about a track map? There it goes. Now it's updating. I'm going to put this up here, kind of in the corner. But now you guys have an active track map of where we are. I like it. Yeah, thank you. I forgot I had this. You might as well put it to use. You can see all three of our groups of vehicles. That lead pack is your stragglers. That lead... Hey!
39 cheered 15. Let's go.
Thank you much for the 15 bits, Chris. Much appreciated. Sorry to see you crash out of the race so soon. Don't know what happened to you on pit road there, but hopefully we'll see more from you next week. As we watch our drivers trying to get to the end of this one. I believe they are good to the end on fuel now. Your leaders, whoa, getting a little bit sketchy with each other here. As DJ goes to take the lead, looks like Cameron might have pulled over for him. My guess is trading out for fuel economy purposes. Almost have to think that's what that is. There is Sanchez, stuck, pinned at the back of him. He's that tail end car on your mini-map, the orange car. That is Xavier. Out in the back of the field. You've got your two middle cars here. That's that middle group. Now the orange car on your screen. That is your leaders, Romano and, Sycama and Romano. Sycama, your leader. And the front dot is the one that's orange now. Those are your two drivers trying to stay on the lead lap. Things going to get a little bit interesting here as the night goes on. There's a good shot of both of our groups. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at the spacing from your front two drivers not working together. And now look at your rear two drivers working together properly. This is the difference. And this is what keeps you in the race. If those front two don't want to lose a lap, they better get their stuff going. Because those other two are cooking and they are going to catch them in a hurry. And Xavier, he's out for a Sunday drive. He'll have to wait for a caution or something. There's no way that he's able to catch up to them. Unless, now they're running full speed. 180, 180, 171. See, right there's the difference. 171 and 2, maybe 173. Woo! Look at them rip! Holy smokes, look at the closing speed. Oh, as Davidson jumps down in between the leaders, that does officially put Davidson one lap down. But by hanging Hilker out to dry, if there's a caution, that'll put him in the first car one lap down. That right there is smart thinking. As they finally fall victim, they are able to grab onto those lead pack. And this is going to crank those speeds right back up into the 180s. If they can get them all nose to tail. They catching up hella quick. Oh yeah, that's the difference right there. Two cars working well together, and two cars not working well together. The 19 and the 5 just were not cooperating with each other, and the 15 and the 96 were. That's a big, big difference. Hey, those are my emotes. Well, you feel bad for Xavier getting stuck out like that, but he has nowhere to go, I'm afraid, other than back until something happens. 4 cars all still under a blanket. 79 in the books and about 21 to go. Yes, sir. It's cool getting to see my emotes on a channel that isn't normally mine. weirdly on track as they run. Let's go through them real quick just for the weirdness of it. Your current leader, the 96 of Sycamore, in the second position there is Zach Davidson with the 19, but he's actually fourth on track. He's just second in the line. The third car in line is actually second, and the fourth car in line is fifth. Because, you know, weird stuff happens. And of course, your third place car is all out on an island on his own lonesome here. Oh, look at this. Zach Davidson wants to get his lap back. But that might have been a bad choice because... Oh, no. Ooh, that would have been... That was close to a really big accident right there, folks. Holy smokes. Loses his run and is finally relegated to the back of the 4-car line. Sycamore is still your leader, only change in running order. Now it's the 5-car in 4th and the 19 in 5th. 19's got to run. He's going to look outside. Hits the air. Run stalls. No. Hang on a minute. Zach Davidson has that side draft rolling. He's actually keeping pace despite not having a pull car. Davidson still fighting on that outside line. All of this has let DJ Sycamore on his own with no real drafting help pull out to a small lead, which is very odd for a solo car to do at a super speedway. However, you better be careful. You don't want to get out there too far. You lose too much of your speed and you become a sitting duck. A rolling chicane ready to be pounced on. It's the 48, of Sanchez. Now down by about 12 seconds. Whoa. Easy does it, boys. Keep in mind, 3 of these top 4 running vehicles, the 96, the 15, the 96, the 5, and I believe the 19, have all taken fast repairs at one point or another this evening. Let's see if I can verify that. Entries. Davidson with the 4X, I believe that was a fast repair. But for a fact, DJ had to have a fast repair because he ended up near it with the wheel knocked off. And I know Hilker did because he was one of the ones involved in that Chris Hood incident earlier. Now, the Hood incident where he ended up on his roof. Here we go. Finally, we got some action on track. 5-car 19 gonna look high. The 2 lap down cars trying to work on your 2 leaders. Just what I was waiting for, a little bit of action. Now I'm getting revved up. Hilker, though, not taking a good run. All the way up above that dotted line. Not sure where he's trying to go. Unless it's backwards, in which case, great strategy. How is he getting that run? Hilker somehow, oh, he's using the hill momentum. Of all things. Hilker using a qualifying speed strategy in race trim, trying to get the lead from the 96. Unable to pull it off. And has to drop back into the line. Meanwhile, Zach Davidson continues to charge on that outside line, not giving up the high side to the 15 and refusing to give up the fight. I don't know where the 19's getting his speed from, pushing all that air like that without a drafting help, but that is an impressive thing to pull off.
This fuel mileage shit sucks.
For the sake of broadcasting and the viewers' interest at this point, how close are you guys to making it on fuel? Oh.
I keep going back and forth, being good to being about a lap short.
I'm not at liberty to discuss that information at this time.
He's not at liberty. Whoa! Oh no! Caution is out on the racetrack.
That's on me. I went for a hole that wasn't there.
Woo!
Damn it, Cameron, you ruined it all. I was hoping to burn as much gas off of you as possible by side drafting you the whole time, so that way you wouldn't be able to make it.
All right, apologies for that silence there for a moment. We had a spam bot in our chat. Luckily, our auto mod caught it, and they are now banned. So, had to do a little bit of a bonk to the bot. But we got her taken care of. It brings all of our cars back down to pace speed and regroups all 5 of our vehicles. Xavier Sanchez in that 45, I am sure, is breathing, 48, excuse me, breathing a sigh of relief. On your guys' leaderboard, by the way, Sanchez shows in the 45. He is running a custom number scheme tonight. So in sim, if I go to here, he's actually registered as the 45 car in simulator, which is why it shows up there. But his custom number paint scheme displays 48. So that's why that's happening. Not a big deal. It's just why it happens that way. So let's see if any of our drivers are going to come down for fuel. Is pit road open this time? Who's the... Oh, it's my car. Okay. Pit road is open. 2 takers. The 48 and the 15. 2 cars who led a lot of laps, and also 2 cars who really were out there on their own. Well, I should say led. Romano led a lot of laps, and the 48 of Sanchez was out there pushing a lot of air on his own. Romano, fuel stop, down and away. Sanchez also with the gas and go. My car, sitting there like something's going to happen. Oh, that's why I'm on a pit lane cam. Where did the other drivers go? Oh. Okay, good. So, in the interest of keeping things fair, in the interest of fair play, we have a rule here at the CSC. If we are an extremely small field, we give our drivers the opportunity to get back on the lead lap so that we have a more interesting race. And we have a little bit more fun with the racing itself. So, that has allowed the 19 and the 5 back onto the lead lap for free. Granted, they will just have to be end of the longest line, which in this particular race is only 5 cars, so Not all that bad. It's honestly a pretty good deal. Not sure what's taking so long here. Maybe getting a bigger gas and go. 19 down and away, 5 down and away as well.
Derek, get a black flag clear, please.
Cleared and away. You guys are good to go.
I was excited to see how that finish was going to play out with the gas savings we were pulling up here in the front.
Well, you can thank the 15 car for ruining that all for you.
Why do you think I gave myself a #1 penalty?
I know, I'm just ripping on you, bub. It's super speedway racing. That's going to happen now and then. Derek didn't have any damage from it, from what I could tell, and you gave yourself an EOL. To be fair, it's like it's all fair play. We're good. Oh man. Why am I still in the pit lane cam? Alright, are the lights out on the pace car? That's how we can tell if we're ready to go. Lights are out on the Mustang 500.
We got rain in turn 3. We got rain in turn 3. Better end it here so that way we don't wreck too many cars.
Let me guess, one of those 11-lap rains.
Yeah, it's going to take too long. We're not going to get it restarted by the end of the time.
Our current leader, DJ Sycamore, trying
Looks
to
like
hang
someone
on to
didn't
his
equip wet weather
position.
tires.
Last rain race I did pretty good with wet weather tires in the rain, or with dry tires in the rain.
Oh, brother. That's why it's fun racing with a good group of guys. Oh, man. Oops. Whoa. Just had a blackout from my simulator. That was weird. Here we go. We're down and away. Let's go racing again here at Daytona. 10 to go this time by.
Can Derek get another black flag clear?
All right, 5 cars all under a blanket. Now it's all even Stevens. Every car is currently in the position they show. 96 your leader, 48 second, 15 third, and the 19 and the 5 fourth and fifth. Scratch that. 5 car up to fourth, 19 back to fifth. I was just getting ready to make a comment on how the 5 car was in the fifth spot. And he goes and ruins it for me. Definitely don't want to look at my car. My car is boring right now. Single file they go. Every car good to the finish on fuel now. No more pit stops needed unless damage is had. The question will be is when do they wait? How long do they wait? When is the right time to make your move? Make it too late, you won't get there in time. Make it too early, and somebody has a chance to try one on you. Super Speedway Racing, the art of chess at 200 miles an hour. One wrong move, and it's checkmate. 48 of Sanchez, looking on the high side. Help from the 15 car. Sanchez, your new leader, as the 96 is hung out to dry. That's going to send him all the way, more than likely, to the back of the pack. Might retain fourth. Hilker way out of line. Those back 3 better get it together, or they're going to lose the draft off those front cars. And that'll be an end to the race for them unless they get a caution. They wise up. Single file. Davidson with help from Sycamore looking on the high side, trying to get back to the point. 15 in the 48, trying to defend low. 2 by 2. And Hilker taking up the rear, waiting for his time to pounce. Right out against that outside turn 4 wall on exit. Getting all of the momentum he can. Oh no, hang on to it. Great save, boys. Well done. That could cost Hilker, though. He had to lift for
Sorry,
that.
DJ.
It's all good. It's all good.
I didn't switch that. Oh, I'm on the TV mixed cam. Perfect. This might be the best view we get. I like this TV mix thing. Keep switching them for me. Might just leave it here for a while. 19 of Davidson, your leader. 48 of Sanchez running second. 15 of Romano third. 96 of Sycamore fourth. And Hilker, with that little bit of an incident, thinking he was going to get a caution, lifted a little to avoid the incident. Did not get it. Excuse me. Again, I apologize. That has been happening all day, and I've been struggling with this. Coming around, it'll be 5 to go this time by from Daytona, as this race nears its end. Ah, I love that sound. 5 to go. It's time to start planning your move. When is the time to go, and how big of a run can you get? These are the questions that are going to come into play in the next 5 laps. And one of these 4 drivers is more than likely walking away with the win here tonight. And the spoils that come with it. The spoils being points. Whoa, whoa! Ooh, things getting sketchy. I don't want to go in the car cam right now. If there's a wreck, I want to see it. Ooh, they settled it back out. That cost Romano everything. 19 to the point, 96 third, 48 second, and the 15 running fourth. That was almost a wreck right there, folks. I don't remember. Do we have GWC if we need it? Track.
Cart 39 cheered 22, let's go Zach. Thanks to W for sponsor.
Hey, thank you again for the 22 more bets, Chris. And yes, thank you to our sponsor, Dubby. Let's see if Davidson, your current leader, can bring it home. Chris Hood looks like he's rooting for the 19. Got the 48 as well, trying to get redemption for last night after his painful loss to Hilker. Led most of the laps last night, Xavier did, and just could not finish it off. But don't forget, you still got DJ in that GM Goodwrench Plus car. He definitely wants a win, and Romano is only, what, 0.3 of a second back? He is not, I mean, here he goes. DJ, Cameron, both of them trying to look up the outside. We're going too wide again as Davidson throws a heinous block. Ooh, that might have got him a little out of shape. That could have wrecked him right there. And that's going to get him hung out to dry. Just like that, here goes the winds of change. We're down. It's 2 laps to go. This time by. DJ looking inside. Zach Davidson looking outside. Oh no, we got a spinner. Caution is out. Caution is out. That will be a green-white checker. We have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered here. I didn't know how bad that spin was going to be, and I figured I'd throw a caution just to be safe. Was he able to get that car? He was able to get the car rolling, and looks like he kept it off the wall. And that'll bring Derek Hilker back into the picture for the finish. This right here, folks, this is how you save a spinning race car. Look what happens. He gets spun. Now, right here, if he holds the gas or doesn't slam on the brakes, that car drives straight into the inside wall over here and totals it. The 15's day is done. Instead, turn the wheel, lock the brakes, and just hold that baby down. He even throws it in reverse to pull it away from the wall. Great save by the 15. Great car handling skill there, and great awareness to prioritize the safety of the car and get that car rolling once more.
Cameron, did you hit anything? I'm sorry about getting into you.
Nah, that's all good. I went for a piece of real estate that wasn't there. I kept it off the wall. It's all good. It's just racing.
And good sportsmanship from our drivers as well. You always love to see that. But a great job there. Indeed, I can confirm, as somebody watching from the outside, definitely a racing incident. Two drivers going for the same piece of real estate with 2 to go at a super speedway. Yeah, you're going to get turned sometimes. That is unfortunate, but all too natural part of the racing game. However, it's a great thing for the 5 car here. On board, that's the 15. There's the 5 car. Derek Hilker in the 5 was out of the draft. He's not got a chance to win this thing. 15 car Romano, also in good position. DJ, not sure if he didn't take enough fuel or what. He will be pitting in this time by. Is there any damage on the front of that car? Does not appear to be a whole lot of dirt and yuck, but absolutely no nasty on it. No damage. Let's see what these cars get coming down pit road. Thank you for the emotes in the chat, Chris and Nightshade. I really appreciate it. Let's see what these drivers take for their pit stops. DJ, going to be a gas and go, no tires. Romano, that would be my strategy right now. Cameron, going to take, my guess is 4. Gets his damage fixed as well. Smart choice. Had that left rear dinked in just a little bit. Smart call from the 15 there. Why I say that, tires are not necessarily a priority at a super speedway. Especially when it comes to like cars like the next gen. That being said, especially in the draft with these older, more aero-dependent cars, sometimes you're able to hold your line better on fresher tires. Keeps you from bobbling around and washing out so much. And with you're already committed to pit road, you're already coming down, you're going to be starting either last or second to last. Why not have a fresh set of Goodyear Eagles on your car? They're going to be absolutely perfectly grippy while all these other guys are out here on their 40, 30, maybe even 50 laps old, anywhere in there. Maybe as low. No, because, yeah, they came in around 30-something laps ago.
Choosing this time.
So these guys are going to be out here on some old tires with some mileage on them. Got some baggage. Meanwhile, 15, fresh rubber. That could be a game changer. Whew, I cannot believe it. It's 11:28 already. This race has gone on for much longer than usual. But it is also one of our longest races of the season. Alright. All drivers have picked their lane. Here's your reminder. This is our longest race, the Daytona one that we're doing currently. Most of these other races will be a fair, at least a smidge bit shorter. I forgot we don't show lap counts on these, but the other races we do will not be quite as long. Unless we have a lot of yellows. We did have one race we tried to put our... we learned the hard way, don't put Cup drivers in Indy cars on ovals. They're used to having fenders, they're used to touching wheels, and of course in IndyCar, that is pretty much a recipe for death. So, yeah. We tried to run Indy, but it didn't work very good. Indy cars will return this year, but at Auto Club. We're hoping the more traditional oval and a little bit more room to work at will be more copacetic with our regular group of drivers. Here we go. Reminder, this is a green-white checker, which means, here's how the green-white checker rules work. 5 cars, all going for the win here. They are all on the lead lap. They're all ready to rock. Pace car's going to pull off now, and these drivers are going to come around. They're going to take the 2 to go flag. Green this time by. One more time around, we'll give them the white. If they take that white flag, caution will wave, and the race will be over. They will just have to merely come back around to finish the race under pace speed. If caution comes out before they take that white flag, we'll re-rack them and send them out again. Potential of 3 times for the green-white checker to happen in this particular race. We can set it to whatever we want. We pick 3 so our drivers have an honest chance to make it through the race without letting this thing drag on forever at NASCAR Nashville. We're not looking for a 5 OT ridiculousness way. And speaking of, Davidson, your point man right now. Everybody's starting to throw blocks and sliders, trying to get the run and the momentum. Hilker and Davidson on the bottom. That's what they needed to be doing earlier. Trying to get the momentum. Here comes Xavier Sanchez. White flag is out. This race is going to be official. 48 to the point, 19 in close tow, 15 working the outside line, 96 on the high side, 5 on the low. Xavier's out to a little bit of a lead, but that's actually going to be a bad thing because he's going to lose his momentum coming down the backstretch here. He is a sitting duck going into 4. Or coming off of 4 potentially. Unless he can keep that motor somehow wound up with momentum. But as I say that, here comes the 15. Oh no, we got a wreck! Romano's around, that's going to end his chance, but he saves the car. We can have a photo finish here. Here comes Sikima. Does he have the run? Does he have a chance? No, he doesn't. Xavier Sanchez wins it at Daytona. DJ second, Hilker third, Davidson fourth, Romano with an amazing save on that car to keep it rolling.
Did I block too much?
Woo! What a run.
Congratulations, Mr. Xavier Sanchez, for going back-to-back for both Season 1 and Season 2 season openers.
You were good.
Oh man, what a great race. Let's go pull in our winner. Get his victory donuts up here as we do. Let's pull him into the broadcast booth. Xavier Sanchez, you have just won the Daytona 250 in the CSC Touring Championship. How do you feel?
My legs are a little cramped right now. And, I'm a little shaky, but we did it.
That's got to feel good after last night and just narrowly missing the win last night. That's got to feel good to get that win tonight. Not only did you win, you won and you set the pole for the second night straight. Where were you finding the speed?
I usually have a decent look at super speedways, so I just ran the same line I always do and hoped it worked. So, yeah, good luck.
It certainly did. Well done, my friend. Great race. Good
I
driving.
was referring to
think you got a good break there with that caution because you were out on your lonesome for quite some time there in the late half of that race. Kind of got stranded out there. And that caution got you back into it, and that really got you in a good position for this.
Yeah, I definitely thought my race was over at that point in
congratulations
time.
to Xavier for winning both Daytona season opening races.
Well, that is awesome. You were able to pull it off.
Back to back.
Congratulations, my friend. I'll send you back now, but well done, winner. That's going to get you in a great start to the season.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. DJ, I know you didn't win it, but you came darn close and you had a good run at it. What more did you need to get past that Lowe's machine? Oh, DJ may be AFK.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Let me, Derek.
I needed about another
God damn
100
it.
yards or so to get there, and
Yes, he's literally towing
I
me
was
away.
so looking forward to that last run before the caution there, just so that way I could fuel mileage of the win even. But
Well, regardless,
yeah, for whatever,
sorry, go ahead.
as I say, for whatever reason, I get about 0.3 of a second off of whoever's in front of me, and I couldn't get through like this bubble. It's like 2 to 0.3, and I couldn't do it, but everybody else seemed to be able to just pull right up and blow right through that bubble and catch up to whoever was in front of them.
I don't know exactly why that was happening. I know I had the same trouble, but I'm not a huge fan of this Gen 4 car. I think it's good, but I think it needs more cars on track maybe to draft a little bit more like a normal situation.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be a good thing. Because when we were in that group there for a while, where there was, 4 of us, 5 of us, we were able to run pretty good.
Yeah,
and make some time.
The more cars you got together, the better the cars seem to do. So I definitely think that was part of it. But I mean, either way, you set yourself up for a chance at a win, be it a fuel mileage win or a last lap photo finish win. Unfortunate it didn't play out for you, but second place points certainly not going to put you in a bad start to the year.
No, it's not. Just got to improve it and win again this season like I did last season and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. I'll send you back to the driver's chat now, but well done, second place. I know it's tough, but definitely can't be too upset with a solid finish after. I thought you might not have a chance of getting wrecked so early. I was worried you'd get wrecked again, so glad to see you make the finish.
Yeah, I was worried about that too after I had to use my fastie.
That's always the concern. It's one thing when you burn it late and you make most of the race, but when you burn it early, you're walking on eggshells. It's always a little bit of a clincher.
Oh yeah, especially when you're running half throttle, trying to save fuel and hoping nobody else runs over you in the process.
Yeah, that just takes it from bad to worse for sure. Well done. I'll send you.
It was a good race.
Absolutely. I'll send you back. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, and that was your first and second place winner, or your winner and your second place driver, DJ Sycamore. And of course, your winner tonight, Xavier Sanchez in the 48. And that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight, folks. It's been a pleasure having you along. If you are anywhere in the path of these major storms coming through, today is January 24th of 26. Massive storm coming, so hopefully wherever you're at is warm and balmy with palm trees and beautiful weather, and you don't live anywhere near where I do, because what we're supposed to get apparently sucks pretty bad. So, not looking forward to shoveling snow tomorrow. Hopefully it's not too bad, but if it is bad in your area, be sure to take care. I suck tonight. Derek, now it's super speedway racing, my friend. You're going to have some rough nights in super speedway racing. There's only so much skill in the super speedway. There's always a little bit of luck involved, and tonight that luck was not going your way, but you certainly do not suck, my friend. You just didn't have a race that went as well as you'd hope it will. But hey, next week we have, where are we heading next week? Kansas in the Xfinity car. If you don't do well there, I'll be amazed. I know you're good at those style of tracks. I know you have skills. And I'm sure that next week you'll be right back to your old form as always, just like you were last night. So, but yes, don't forget, next weekend we have more CSC racing action coming to you. Friday, January the 30th, will be Kevin Harvick's Kern in the late model stock. That is for the CSC Late Model Tour Friday night. Stream time, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, will go live. 9:15 Eastern time, we will go live. And 9:20-ish, I will actually start the live coverage. It gives people about 5 minutes to click on that go live notification and get in before we actually start doing some content. And then the same time next week at 9:15, same exact stream time, both nights, we've made it so it's the same, will be January 31st, last day of the month. Kansas in the Xfinity car, or excuse me, O'Reilly car now. We got a new sponsor for that division, so it'll be the O'Reilly cars at Kansas on Saturday, and the late model stock, of course, at Kevin Harvick's Kern County Speedway on Friday. Thank you all very much for watching. It's been a pleasure hosting for you this evening. We will see you all next weekend for more racing action. Stay warm, stay safe. Have a great night. My name is Soji, and I'm out. Enjoy your evening, and go watch the Daytona 24 if you're not. It's a great show. I'm going to go and go back to watching that now that we're done. Have a great night, guys. Good night.